Hello, welcome to my channel, Ambrosia Mysterium. Today we're going to be doing the first pick a card reading ever on this channel, and I'm very, very excited about it. As you can tell by the title, the theme is spirit guide messages, and so each pile will be a specific message for whichever collective picks said pile. And on each pile I have different crystals, and I'm going to turn on the big light to the left, if you guys see it get a little bit brighter. And we're going to show each crystal. So pile 1 is this beautiful Amazonite. It's just like a nice raw piece. Did I say pile 2? This is pile 1. Pile 1 is the Amazonite. Okay. Pile 2 is the Celestial Quartz. It's one of my favorites. Alrighty, I'm here in my editing mode to say that I pronounced this blue chalcedony so insanely wrong that I wanted to re-record it. So that's blue chalcedony. I'm showing you the spelling below so you guys can see, because I definitely said that really wrong. But that is pile 3's crystal. The only little smooth piece. And yes, so if you need to take a moment and rest with your intuition, please do so, and I will meet you again in the piles. Alrighty, pile 1 you have the Amazonite. Again, it is so dark in here because of the nice cozy lighting, and so you can't really see it, but you do have the Amazonite. I'm going to lay these cards out and we'll be right back. Alrighty, pile 1, so your first card here is the Ace of Cups. I may turn the bright light over here again so you guys can see better each of the cards. Clarifying, the Ace of Cups is the Ace of Wands. Your second card is the Nine of Pentacles. And clarifying it, we have the Seven of Wands. Your third card here is the Devil. And clarifying it, you have the Hermit. Now, I actually sat with your guys' energy for a moment after putting these down because it's a very interesting pile. I don't know if you guys get this often, and I almost want to say that you don't, not because you're uninteresting, but because you guys are your guides are using the word reclusive, but I do not mean that in a negative context. I mean that in a way that you enjoy your own solitude. You treasure being able to have a lot of internal personal journeys and to grow constantly. I just feel like you guys grow so often because you're constantly reading and constantly self-improving, and you just prefer to spend time alone doing that because it's easiest for you. But it's very, very interesting because with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands here, this feels like a promise. This feels like your guides have a well of dreams waiting for you at the end of whatever is going on this side. And what I mean by that is with the Nine of Wands here, or Wands, Pentacles, with the Nine of Pentacles here, it feels like you guys are building something. It feels like there's this new, I don't keep saying this is really random, tree being planted, like you guys are physically planting a tree and letting it grow, and it seems like the people around you are not the most supportive. I don't know if you guys just don't have the best relationship with people when it comes to whatever it is you're pursuing for work. Sorry guys, I got cut off for a minute. But with the Seven of Wands, it could be that the people around you just don't understand your type of work. It doesn't feel like, for some of you, they may not simply support it, but for others of you, it feels like they just don't understand it. And so you don't have that kind of support you would usually have for whatever it is you're building. But it seems like a lot of you, if you're not close to having stable success, either financially or emotionally, it feels like it's going to be both for all of you, especially with this card here. Then you'll be having that soon. But with that, it's just very interesting because it's like you guys are sitting on this pedestal above the people around you, and not in a way that's like you guys are the kings and queens and everyone else is peasants, but it's like you guys know your worth. You guys have evolved to a point that some people around you may not have yet, and it's like you're waiting for reality to catch up with you. It's very, very interesting, and that's why I said this Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands is like the well of dreams at the end of your journey. Key the Hermit card here, because you guys, how do I want to put it? You guys feel like when you watch a long anime or you watch a long, I want to think like Ghibli films, honestly. I don't know why I keep getting drawn to that. I'm even getting drawn to like Legend of Zelda. I think it's a game, right? I've never played it, but I'm thinking of that a lot right now with you guys. I don't know why, sorry, I did not realize it was not focused right now. But it feels like you guys are on this hero's journey right now. And I think it's because you guys are evolving so high and your path is in alignment with you, which is quite rare nowadays. I feel like a lot of people aren't pursuing their purpose, they're pursuing what's most comfortable for them. But it feels like you guys are doing both at once, and I just see like towers and they're both like going up at the same time, and it's so fascinating. I almost feel like this reading is like a pat on the back to you in a way, that your guides are just assuring whatever you're doing right now, whether it's a job. I do not feel like it's a relationship for a lot of you. I feel like this pile is focusing on themselves, is predominantly alone right now, but whatever it is you are doing feels so in alignment with you. It feels like your soul's path. And with the devil here, it's so beautiful. It's like, I just feel like the devil is not even it doesn't even matter to you right now. Like any toxic habits you have, like it doesn't matter, because you're on this, like, I keep wanting to say hero's journey. I don't even want to say like the hermit, if it'll focus. The lighting is so poor. There it goes. I keep wanting to say hero's journey. I don't even want to say like a hermit's path. It's like this, your own little coming of age. It's fascinating. I'm actually going to pull a couple of clarifiers with the same deck that's the clarifiers below, to see if there's anything specific about this journey that your guides want to talk about and give advice to or whatever, because it honestly just feels like a big pat on the back, and it feels like they want to assure you that if you haven't reached success yet, you are very close to becoming whatever it is you dream of. And I will get into this in a second, but I want to focus on this half of the cards for a moment. So I'll pull some clarifiers and I'll be right back. Alrighty, some additional clarifiers they pulled were the sun. I'm just gonna stack them over here. Oh, ignore my dog. If you can hear her barking. 3 of Cups. And Page of Cups. Interesting. So it feels like with you guys, with 3 of Cups, I feel less like you guys have a team of people around you. If anything, I feel like a lot of you are very in touch with yourselves intuitively, and you can literally, you know, talk to other beings and ask for advice for them yourselves. I kind of feel like this group is the type of group to watch pick a card readings when they just need like an additional, I don't want to say confirmation, but an additional solidification of the things that they already do know. You guys just feel very cosmic, very otherworldly, very healing, especially with the sun here. Page of Cups, a dreamer. You guys are dreamers, and I love it. It makes me think of the book The Alchemist. I've never read it, but you guys make me think of that book. Or even Strange the Dreamer, if you guys have read that book as well. I feel like your guides just want to assure that you're on the right path. I honestly don't even know if there's any advice here for you besides assuring you that what you're doing is the right path. I think the main thing they want you to know is the thing that I keep putting off, because I just wanted to ensure that there wasn't anything else, but it's so beautiful. You guys are doing such a good job, and you guys are on, like, you're so in touch with yourselves that your path is just like, I just see a little boat and it's just drifting and it's flowing, and it's such a smooth sailing thing. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say with this. It feels like this pile are like very, very, very much hopeless romantics. And I feel like this pile has, I'm gonna call it a mirror soul. I don't typically use the term twin flame or something of that nature, but with this pile I want to call them mirror souls, like someone who's literally you in another body. It's very fascinating. I feel like a lot of you dream of a specific partner, and that's why I was saying in the beginning that I don't think any of you are currently dating anyone, is because your guides were saying here, like, one of your deepest wishes is to meet a partner that is your Ace of Cups and your Ace of Wands. How do I want to put it? It feels like, obviously I'm saying mirror soul, so it's like you in another body. I just keep wanting to like flip it over, like showing you like literally in another form. I feel like you guys dream of this person often, and I feel like the reason they aren't in your life right now is because you're meant to build the current thing you're building, and you guys are very, very close if you are not there already. It feels like you guys have gotten to this point where it's like your pinnacle of success is about to be reached, and then it'll be maintained, and then this person can align with you in this life, if that makes sense. So it's like you're going up this mountain, and then once you get to the top you can rest there and you can build a house, or you can plant some trees, and then once you're up there doing this soul can come into your life. For some of you it might be a more personal journey in the sense of I think some of you can actually connect with this soulmate energetically through your practices, whether you're a witch or you're a spiritualist and you talk to your spirit guides. I feel like many of you can actually connect with this person. And for others of you, it's dream related. I don't know, this might be for a specific few, but some of you might be writing a book, and there's a character in this book that is the embodiment of this soul. I think that'll resonate with whoever that's meant to, but I feel like the purpose of this reading, besides already giving you a pat on the back, is that, like, to assure you that your well of dreams is going to be there at the end of this road. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, it just feels like, I just want to say heaven's paradise. And I know that sounds a bit grand, especially because things are rather chaotic in the world, but it feels like you guys live in your own bubble in a way. And so I feel like it doesn't matter what's happening everywhere else right now, because it's like it will find you because it's meant to, and because your vibration is aligned with it. I hope that makes sense. I feel bad. I feel like there's not much of a message besides that, but honestly that's what I'm getting. And I want to respect that. There's a few clarifiers oracle card wise that we have here to clarify each section. The first card we have is strength. Yes, that's perfect. Maybe some of you are kind of at the end and you're like, okay, so I've built this whole thing, where is my person at, why aren't they here yet? And with strength card here, just hold out a little bit longer. Trust in yourself that it will be gifted to you at the end of the road. Spirit's timing doesn't always make sense. We have the divine. And then we have kindred. See, this is what I was saying with the Three of Cups. It feels like some of you want to manifest soul family people into this life. Earlier I was getting that a lot of you can connect with these people energetically, or some of you talk to a circle of beings is what they're calling it. But I feel like a lot of you, once, like I said earlier, when you get up to the mountain and you get to your resting point, that is when these people can join you as well. From, I will say, majority of you, it is a romantic connection that I see, but I think it's like they all come in at the same time. I don't think that they're linked for many of you, if that makes sense. I don't think that whoever this partner is also in the same group as these kindred spirits, but no, I'm not going to say they could be. I really don't think they are for any of you. I think these are separate people, separate energies that don't know each other already. But it feels like all these things you want to manifest connection-wise are what are stalling, and that is a very lonely feeling. I think a lot of you have been doing well with this lonely feeling, with not even lonely feeling, but on this individual journey, that it's like, okay, well, I've done all of this, I've built all of these things, why aren't there people around me that match this energy? And I think you were right at the edge of this. As annoying as it is, I think you guys are literally on the cusp of all of this being there. I might try to use my pendulum and pull some dates for you, because your guides are mentioning that that may be helpful for some of you to kind of give you like a timeline. But with the divine here, I feel like a lot of you are, I keep wanting to say light workers. You guys are working towards very purposeful paths. I feel like this is the group of writers, artists, people working in spiritual fields, singers, actors, actresses. I'm getting a bunch of different things, even like doctors and more. It just feels like you guys are on the precipice of everything converging into one zone, and so I feel like this reading is just a big reminder to keep holding out hope that you are a lot closer to achieving these people who feel like home, and this person who's literally you in another body. Perhaps I'll do a love reading soon, but it just feels like it's very near. I don't know. I do really want to pull stuff on my pendulum, and I will do that afterwards, but I feel like it's just a pat on the back, a reminder to keep going, a congratulations in a way, because I feel like your guides are like, yeah, it's almost here, and you're like, why isn't it here? And so, just a little bit longer. Okay, so I feel like for you guys, it feels like for some of you, if you feel like your manifestation is sooner, I want you guys to kind of listen internally for this. For some of you, it will be as soon as March, but for others of you, if you think it'll take a bit longer, if you are still working on building that success that I mentioned earlier, and you haven't reached that point of like you're at that rest stage and you're building this little paradise on earth, I feel like you guys have until May or June, like in that period. But yeah, honestly not that long for many of you. Could be a lot worse, right? Could be a lot longer. But yes, I hope that helps anybody out, and thank you again. The next oracle cards we have are 2 archetype cards for what your energy is currently, and then I have 2 more for what would be best to embody right now. So the first card we have is Advocate. It says, inspires you to put compassion into action. Literally. See, I feel like so many of you like are doing such purposeful things. Judge. Balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Both of these mention compassion, which is interesting. Fascinating. I feel like whatever it is you guys are doing, you guys are speaking up for a lot of people who don't usually get spoken up for. Perhaps you guys work within a niche of a niche. I feel like I mentioned this in my previous reading. It wasn't a pick a card, but I feel like a lot of people who are drawn to this channel work in such small little groups, and so I feel like you guys are really connecting to people who don't usually feel seen, and it's very, very beautiful. Getting into your energy now, we have Addict. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. It's funny because I mentioned that some of you may be singers or songwriters or writers in general. I feel like with the Addict card here, you guys are just a role model for so many different people, and it feels like you're meant to show people how to achieve the same self-actualization that you have achieved yourselves. It is so fascinating. I feel like you guys have such unique stories to tell people, and I wasn't not even saying that, I'm thinking of storyteller, but that I feel like clarifies it even more. Like, I feel like this group would be the type of group to write an autobiography on the things that they've gone through, and it would help like millions of people. It just seems like this group has so much wisdom to give to other people. It's fascinating. And so perhaps storyteller here, you guys have been thinking about writing something, whether it's a fantasy book or someone said a cooking book, which is really fun. And I also feel like with Addict here, whatever previous addictions any of you may have had, whether it's literal physical addictions or whether it's more habits, I feel like you guys would have such helpful ways of improving other people's lives with the way that you guys went about cutting off your addictions. It's so interesting. The final card we have here for whatever crystal is the best crystal for you right now. Sorry, I'm like blanking. Is selenite, number 49. And I'm going to read this out of the book. Selenite, essential meaning: liquid light, fluidity, flexibility, illumination and clarity, raising your vibration. When selenite appears, its message to you is to keep moving past your challenges, your sights always on raising your vibration. To be like liquid light, illuminating, fluid, and flexible. For even the earth and her rocks, stones, and crystals change and reveal more of themselves over time. Selenite's spirit messages that whatever pace of change, you must yield your expectations about how things should be so that you can discover the beauty in how things are evolving. Like liquid light flowing around an obstacle, you have the capacity to move more freely than you might realize. Know that a new perspective can help you see that. You don't ever have to be stopped in your tracks. Be flexible in your thinking, for there is more wisdom in the universal consciousness than in your own individual mind, and it is always available to you. The way out of the old patterns is to enter the unknown, without maps or well-defined familiar paths. Surrender your fear and know that the conscious universe is here to provide you with clarity and guide you through unexpected twists and turns. And this is the little picture if any of you want to see it. It'll focus. I feel like with selenite here, obviously this would be a good crystal for you guys to use with what we talked about, since you guys are literally, I feel like you're doing exactly what this crystal embodies already, so I don't feel like, yes, it's beneficial, but you guys are already doing the work to get there. I feel like it just confirms that you guys are in a point where you are rewiring your beliefs and you're illuminating yourself constantly, and you're, I just want to say, rapidly growing over and over. It feels like you guys are so good at that, and you're so good at pushing yourselves to be better every day. I feel like this reading was kind of all over the place, but I guess that is what wanted to come out today. Thank you, Pile 1, for joining me for this reading. I want to thank your guides and my guides for being here today. If you guys enjoyed this reading, feel free to like or subscribe to this channel. I also want to include that I am making subliminals on a separate channel. If that is something that interests you, it'll be in the link below. Thank you so much. I love you dearly. Have a lovely day. Hi, Pile 2. You guys had the Celestial Quartz. I'm going to set your cards out and I will get right back with you. Alrighty, Pile 2. Your first card is Temperance. It's kind of dark in here, so. The clarifier is Hierophant. The second card is the Emperor. Clarifying it, we have the Eight of Swords. The third card is the Ace of Pentacles. And clarifying it, we have the Star card. Interesting. Okay, Pile 2. It feels like you guys are in the process of manifesting a specific dream job in your lives right now. And it kind of feels like this is a stage of sorts, or a stepping stones. I'll call it stepping stones. But it feels like each section is kind of different points of your life that you'll be in right now. Yeah. So with Temperance here, it feels like right now, or you guys, actually want to say you guys are just coming out of this. Temperance with Hierophant, it feels like you guys are in the process of integrating a few lessons about yourself that are not in relation to this. It feels like you guys are finding balance between your spiritual self and your everyday going to do things self. It feels like you guys kind of have to compartmentalize, I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but compartmentalize your spiritual side when you're with certain groups of people, and it's like now you guys have found like the balance between both worlds, and it feels like you guys feel lighter because of this. It feels like you guys are kind of in a flow state right now because you have mastered this. And it's interesting because we have the Emperor here, and it's like this is one of the last things to heal and kind of unknot, is what your guides are saying. With the Emperor here, you guys are working towards embodying this Emperor energy. With the Eight of Swords here, it feels like you guys have some sort of imposter energy when it comes to being your own boss, is the words they're using. Perhaps some of you want to work for yourselves, but perhaps some others of you simply feel like whatever position it is that you desire is too grand or too big, or the amount of money you will be making is just out of touch with what you are capable of now. And your guides are trying to like, nope, we're actually going to fix this before we get into this new career, because we want to have a flowing thing and not any imposter syndrome while we're, you know, having the time of our lives at our new dream job, right? It's interesting because with this card here, the Eight of Swords, she's tied in the mirror, but she's looking up and she doesn't see it. And it feels like some of you may be at this point because you just went through this balancing stage, is what I want to call it. It feels like you don't realize that there's this one little limiting belief left to foil out. And I don't feel like it's some big thing or big problem to fix or limiting belief to carve out. It feels like it's a rather simple thing. Like if you guys were to dedicate one day of journaling as if you already have this dream job, or if you were to meditate and envision this life for like a week, I feel like it would improve it greatly. It just feels like it's this last little knot. They keep using the word knot, which is really funny. It's like this one little limiting belief, and it's not that it's holding you back, but it's like your guides are waiting until this belief is gone, until the door to this path is open, because they want this new path to be clear of any residue from these two periods. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I feel like the way I'm talking is very confusing today. But Ace of Pentacles here. This job, I feel like with the Star, I feel like it's rather upfront, it's rather blunt. With these two cards, it's obvious that it's your dream job. Whatever this is, it's something you've dreamt about for a very long time. For some of you, it even feels like it's not that you've dreamt of this since you were a little girl. For some of you, that may be the case. Little girl, sorry, little person, I'll be gender neutral. But for some of you, this is something that either you have dreamt about it since you were little, or it was something that you encountered and it immediately lit you up like a match to a flame. It's very, very beautiful. It's very interesting because I feel like your guides don't have a lot of advice besides the fact to bring your awareness to this tiny little limiting belief. It's like they just want you to clear this up before this is fully manifested into your life. I kind of feel like you may be in a stage where, I don't want to say your life isn't busy, but it's like it's not as busy as it usually is. It's like you have this little grace period before something else begins, and so you have this chance to work this out. It's interesting because for you and Pile 1, you guys don't have some massive advice. It's just kind of confirmation to encourage you to keep going on whatever path you're on, to encourage you to pursue this dream job, or to do whatever it is you desire. I'm gonna pull a couple clarifiers to see if there's any further advice, but I honestly feel like it's just like a little nudge. It's like, oh, you're doing a really good job, but check out this one last thing before you can get your ticket to go on this trip. It's very, very funny. Yeah, so the clarifiers are the Queen of Cups, if it'll focus, and then we have the Knight of Cups. Which is so funny to me. It just feels like they're like, okay, so you've gotten to this point where you're in a flow state and where you're very easily able to connect with your spiritual self. Now we want you to try to adapt this with your career, with your purpose, with whatever this dream job is. Because before this manifests, you want to be grounded, you want to be extra in touch with your intuition, right? I feel like for a lot of you, it may be a very social thing, it may be a very physically taxing thing, and so knowing that this one little thing may spring up while you're starting this new job is something they want to bring your awareness to. I also feel like with the Queen of Cups here, whatever it is that you guys are dreaming of, whatever this career path is, it feels like you guys dream of this often. I don't know if you guys have very vivid dreams, but it feels like you have a lot of ideas for this project, for this path in your dreams a lot. Or even like sparks of epiphanies. I feel like with the Knight of Cups, some of you may also have a person around you, whether it's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like a lot of it's watery energy. But this person is someone that you love to share your ideas with, and I feel like there's someone around you that is very aligned with what you guys do. I don't know if you guys have like a best friend that is working in a similar field or who just understands you very well with this field, but it feels like you guys have this like buddy system with someone else and you guys are both working towards it. And I feel like if you and this person work towards this limiting belief together, like if they worked on their thing and you guys are like, is it called parallel play, when you guys, one person journals and another person, I don't know, reads a book and you're both working on something? This person's energy just feels very harmonious with yours, is what you guys are pointing out as well, which is kind of random but interesting. Any last messages about this specific spread? I don't think so. I feel like that's all they have for that. I'm going to put the additional clarifiers out now. For the first one, we have the World. Yes, literally it feels like you guys are just in perfect balance with the world right now. The Moon. Yeah, like that's the one hidden thing that's so funny. And then Perseverance. Yes. It's so funny to me that both you guys in pile 1, you guys don't have like a specific long drawn out message. It's just like confirmation and then this little nudge to do whatever. Like with the World card here, it feels like your guys are just like, yep, you're doing the right thing, you're in harmony with the universe, keep doing that. And then with the Moon here, it's like, this is the one last little hidden thing from you right now, just clear this up and then the other thing shall manifest. And if you notice here, it has like a little sun on the top, like it's being illuminated, which is very cool because it's like you're going from this moon phase to this one where you now have the sun with you as you're persevering to this dream job. So if it feels like this dream job is not manifesting for you right now, it's because this one last thing is getting worked out and then you'll be right onto the path that you wish. I feel like those are very upfront as well. It's so funny. The next clarifiers we have are going to be 2 archetype cards, and the first 2 are going to be what your energy is currently, and the other 2 will be what you are going, or what is best for you to embody right now to achieve your desires. So the first card we have is Visionary. You guys see the world so beautifully. It's so fascinating. Oh, I remember getting this earlier. I forgot which group got this. So I kept in the blank cards in this deck. Oh, I meant to read this one. Here, I'll read it first. Visionary. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. But yes, so what I was saying with this one, I actually kept in the blank cards for this deck because I like pulling those for people when you're in the process of becoming, when you're so infinite internally and you're still in this beautiful creator stage with the universe. I wanted to keep those in because it's like you could be many things right now. There's not one thing that you need to do. You can be so many things. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like kind of like the Visionary there. Like there's endless possibilities with your energy right now because you're so vast and infinite. I feel like that's the best way to put it. You're so in touch with your own creative abilities. I feel like Visionary here, especially with the world, like he's literally looking at the world in that card, which is so lovely, like that synchronicity. But it feels like you guys are in this stage of co-creating with the universe and just flowing with it day by day. And it just feels so natural and purposeful. And I feel like there's this card in this deck, there's like this card called the Hedonist, when you're like taking pleasure in all things in life. I feel like that's so you guys right now. It just feels so beautiful. These two cards will be what is best for you to embody right now. We have the Dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. And then we have Networker. Enhances unity through the sharing of information. Engenders social awareness and empathy. Alright, with the Dilettante here. Dilettante? I keep saying dilettante. Anyways, with the dilettante here, it feels like, honestly, I feel like it coincides with the visionary very, very well. You guys have the potential to do, I want to say, anything right now. You guys just feel like you know that as well. You guys know your power right now. You know that you're capable of doing whatever you wish. And I feel like with the Networker, like I was saying earlier with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups, there's certain people around you that would be so beneficial to work with. Whether it's collaborations with actual projects, and for some of you it feels like art things. I don't know if some of you are writing a book or if some of you are creating a piece of artwork with someone else, but it's like you guys are collaborating for the same thing and producing this art. Sorry guys, I got cut off for a moment, but with the Networker here, it just feels like you guys are, it feels like you guys have a lot of people around you that are very harmonious with your own energetic vibration right now, and these people can help you plant seeds into the universe for this dream job, whatever it is that dream job is for each of you. But it just feels like they help you stay in this positive state. And so I feel like with the Networker here, stay in touch with the people who light you up, the people who encourage you to see the world in a prisma of colors. Stay with those people and keep them close right now. I feel like your guides are wanting that, especially for this group. The last card we have is a crystal card. I just asked your guides which crystal would most benefit you right now, and we got the Dalmatian Stone, number 19. I'm going to read it from the guidebook. Dalmatian Stone. Playfulness, childlike joy and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, laughter. Watch children playing and you are watching them learn. Serious though life may seem at times, Dalmatian Stone Spirit is calling you to embrace the absurdity of this world, to laugh and find humor in the everyday experiences that might otherwise frustrate you. All of us are here to learn, and laughter makes the lesson easier. And sometimes it even makes it stick a little better, for it can help you write a funny story to tell again and again. Remember that time, boy did I learn my lesson. Now is a good time to crack a joke to break the tension and remind yourself that alongside trouble and hardship dances a spirit of playfulness. This is not the time for trudging or marching, but for skipping. Sing a song, make a goofy face, and recognize that the conscious universe throws you off course at times to remind you that surprises can be gifts from the invisible realms. Dalmatian Stone Spirit is calling you to lighten up and open yourself to playing with the possibilities. Who knows what you will discover if you join in on the fun. The conscious universe is not here to trick you, but to help you, for you are deeply loved. This is what it looks like if any of you want to see the book. I feel like that stone is literally just a perfect example of like your expression of energy right now. I feel like obviously this card is an encouragement to embody that even more, but if, like I was saying with the visionary, it just feels like you guys have a zest for life that many cannot match right now. I don't know what kind of spiritual specific experiences you've had recently, but it feels like you guys are on a high with them, and it's so beautiful to feel and hear from your guides. I honestly feel like that's it. I don't feel like there's anything else that your guides have to say, so thank you group number 2 for joining me today. I want to thank your guides and my guides for helping me out. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel aligned. I'm also working on a Subliminal channel, so it'll be linked in the description if you are drawn to that. And thank you. Yes, thank you for joining me here today. Have a lovely day. Alrighty, group number 3. Your first card is Justice. And clarifying it, we have the Magician. Your second card is the Knight of Swords. And clarifying it, we have the King of Cups. Your last card is the Knight of Wands. And clarifying it, we have Temperance. Okay. So it feels like here with the Justice card that you guys are in a time where you're manifesting a lot of truth in your life. I feel like there was a recent realization that you guys have had about your lives. Your guides are referring to it as regarding a higher purpose. It seems like you guys have found higher purpose in your life, and I want to say your life as a whole, not just a specific aspect of it, but it feels like you guys are demanding truth in your life. I don't know if you guys have had a sudden spiritual awakening recently, or even like a second spiritual awakening. Perhaps you were already more spiritually aware, but now it's like even bigger than it was originally. It feels like with the Magician here that you guys want truth and you want clarity on everything in your life, or else you're gonna demand it. It just feels like you will get this truth because you're demanding it. And it's really, really amusing because when I was pulling your guys' cards would fly out the quickest out of everyone else's. And I remember when I was pulling them, your guides were like, yeah, they're rather exacting, they're rather sharp with their words. And it's funny to see these cards laid out because it depicts exactly that. It feels like you guys demand energy around you to shift with you, and it feels like because of whatever new revelations you've had recently regarding your lives, regarding a higher path or purpose, your reality around you is shifting, they were saying, into hyper speed, which is, that's a fun way to put it. The Knight of Swords and King of Cups, it feels like you guys have had this up level emotionally, and like I was saying previously with having a higher purpose, being aligned in a vastly different way than previously, it feels like there was some internal thing. And he's even like meditating here. I feel like you guys were meditating, or perhaps you were dreaming, or perhaps someone said something to you and it's like something clicked in your mind and it's like you know exactly what you want to do right now. I don't even want to say it's a specific project or that you're working towards something. It's like, now that you know something, you need it to change. Now that you're aware of the things happening in your life, you're demanding for it to shift. It's so interesting. Like with the Knight of Wands here, and then we have Temperance. It's like you guys are remaining in this stasis, but you're shifting internally, and so everything around you is kind of, your guides are calling it like a hellscape, because it's like so much shit is happening all at once because you guys shifted, and you like have this energy where it's like you're either going to shift with me or you're going to get left behind, and there's no in between. It's very fun, very, very cutting, but in a very authoritative way. I'm actually going to pull a few clarifiers because it feels more like this spread is highlighting what your energy is currently, not necessarily advice for this state you just reached. Alright, so the clarifiers we have are the Ten of Cups, the High Priestess, oh, there it goes, and then, oh, I just saw another card that fell, the Ace of, I think it's the Ace of Coins, no, it's Ace of Swords, and then one more card that fell is the Hanged Man. Now, yes, exactly what I was saying, a perspective shift. And I don't feel like you guys are moving. Like the Hanged Man, you are literally tied up, upside down. Oh, this is so fascinating. I love this so much. So, wow. I honestly want to say, I'm going to pull these out. It feels like with the King of Cups here and the High Priestess here, you guys went from this King of Cups thinking, and I still want to say you guys are embodying more masculine energy. I don't know if most of you would consider yourselves energetically to be more masculine. You don't have to be male to have masculine energy, but it just feels like you guys have such a balance between your divine feminine and masculine energies, And it's like, now that you know what you want, things manifest. I don't want to say instantaneously because we are on a 3D plane, but things manifest infinitely faster than they did previously because of this shift. It's so cool. With the 10 of Cups here, I think for a lot of you, whatever this perspective shift was, now that you've had this perspective shift, you have this end goal, or you have this vision at the end of the finish line that you want, and it's like now you know exactly how to achieve it. Like, you've shifted your state to align perfectly with that outcome. It's so interesting. It feels like literally with the Ace of Swords here, like there's literally something that opened inside of your mind. I wonder if some of you had a certain chakra that literally like cracked open or suddenly was unblocked. It's so interesting. And like, I feel like when I'm reading for you guys, I feel really warm energetically, and so I wonder if there's like a certain activation that you guys have had recently. I feel like these guys are just highlighting further this internal shift that's affecting your physical reality in such an immense way. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are trying to quantum jump right now. Perhaps you're doing certain meditations to manifest some very big dreams, but I feel like it's working so well. I feel like honestly this reading for you guys is just to highlight and assure you that this perspective shift is ensuring that you're achieving whatever it is you desire. Whatever this 10 of Cups is for you, you guys are definitely, certainly 100% going to achieve that, because you guys have unlocked something within your own state of mind with the High Priestess here. You guys are finally able to recognize your power and utilize it in a way that ensures success for you. It's very, very impressive. Honestly, here, I want to show this too. With the, like, the pink going above her, it's like there's an activation with her crown chakra. If it'll focus. It's like it's literally going up, all the little stars going up. And she's in harmony with all of it. And I really don't feel like, despite all of the night energy being present, I don't feel like you guys are running around putting in all this physical work, because you guys don't need to. You guys just know it's already done. And perhaps this reading is just to confirm that you are in this flow state. You are manifesting these things so fluidly. I think some of you, I don't want to say you're in a doubt stage, but if you're present, you might need the confirmation that yes, it is working, because it is. You're still human. You still wonder sometimes if it's coming to you, if there's not physical evidence of it, right? I just realized this card was on the floor earlier when I pulled some clarifiers for you, and it's literally Death, so I kind of want to prop her up over here because it's literally like the card of the reading for you guys. You guys literally are on a transformation journey right now. Like, it's literally the theme of it. Alright, we're gonna get into your clarifiers. I have these little clarifiers for each section. You guys actually got one additional one, so they were telling me to put these two together for the final side. But the first card we have is Manifestation. Oh my lord, it's literally going on top of the Magician. That is so great. The next card we have is Humility. And then the two together are the Star and Direction. Yes! Literally. Okay. So I don't think there's much to be said about this card. Like, it's literally manifestation on top of the Magician. Like I was saying, like, you guys have whatever your vision is right now, whatever you are manifesting right now, it's literally guaranteed to you. I don't even want to word it in a different way to try to like downplay what you guys are doing, because you guys are full steam ahead to the path you desire. And like I was saying with the Justice card earlier, like once you guys have this truth or this new perspective, it's like it's so aligned with your spiritual gifts and your ability to co-create that, like, it's like you guys are in a rapid flow state. I don't know any other way to put it in. With the Humility card here, it feels like you guys, like I said earlier with the Hanged Man, you guys have a perspective shift, and yes, you have this new insight with knowing your power, with knowing what you're capable of, but it doesn't feel like you guys are arrogant about it. You know your power, you know what you can do, and I feel like your guides are acknowledging, like, there is a difference between being arrogant and thinking like you are owed these things, knowing that you deserve these things. I hope that makes sense. And then with these two, I do feel like, obviously, like I was saying earlier, you guys are in this big state of manifestation. For some of you, I feel like there's a North Star, like I was saying with the Ten of Cups. You guys have this end goal in mind. You have this specific vision at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like you literally have direction and star. Like, you're on the path to it. You're literally heading in that direction. I feel like there's no other way to put it. This reading is just a confirmation to what I'm sure you guys already know. Alrighty, so we're going to get into your archetype cards. I have 2 cards for what your current energy is, and I have 2 cards for what will be best for you to embody right now. The first card we have here is the Fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Scribe, preserving knowledge and information. I feel like with the Fool here, because of your guys' new mindset, you guys are such a good ally for people around you because you're not thinking like everybody else. You're kind of like a seed planter in people's minds, and you're able to kind of awaken people in a more grounded way that doesn't kind of, you know, snap them into defense mode. You know, people kind of get defensive because you have insight for them, but they don't necessarily want to hear it. You guys have a way, and I would even say with Scribe here, a way of communicating and writing words to people that makes it easier to listen and but also absorb the advice. I could not think of the words, goodness gracious. The 2 cards for what you're meant to embody are Guide, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Literally you guys right now. And then Messiah, serving humanity with humility. Dude, we literally have the humility card, and then we have humility on this card as well. Like, that is crazy. Talk about synchronicities right now. I don't even know if there's much to say about that. Like, I feel like you guys already know this. I feel like I'm just confirming everything you guys already know right now. Like, good freaking job, group number 3. You guys are doing such a great job with your path. I feel like every group today has been so lovely and so in their own power. It's just so beautiful to see. I feel like if there's anything for me to say about Guide and Messiah is to just remind yourself as you're going along that your journey is not meant to look like everybody else's. If you guys do need that reminder, you guys are a role model for people who are meant to do the exact same thing as you, and you're doing such a lovely job. And I feel like you're helping so many people who are drawn to the same path that you are, because perhaps they don't have the same confidence as you, perhaps they haven't had the same revelations as you, and they don't have the same assurance in themselves that you guys clearly, I feel like, do. I just feel like you guys are going to be such a help to people who are also on this path. And I do feel like a lot of you are helping people. Maybe you're light workers or writers or songwriters. You guys are definitely a dreaming group, but you do it in such a concise, blunt, sharp way. And I love that. I just love that because I feel like it's not what you see every day when you get certain readings. So your guys' last card is a crystal card that will best serve you at this time. And it is the Orange Sapphire, number 41. And I'm going to read this out of the guidebook. 41. Orange Sapphire, joy and sensuality, respecting your body, body love. Just as healing crystals are of the earth, yet separate from it, we are part of Gaia, and the same water, minerals, and crystals are found within as well as within the earth. Sometimes we can feel completely in our heads and out of touch with our bodies, but Orange Sapphire Spirit is here to remind us that our bodies will serve us through our lifetime. So treat yours lovingly, nourish it with good foods from the earth and water that will replenish you. Wonder at your body's beauty and strength, marvel at its ability to keep your heart beating and your lungs inhaling and exhaling without your conscious effort. Regardless of the flaws you think your body has, now is a time to pay attention to it and tend to it with love. The message of Orange Sapphire Spirit is to honor your body and experience its miracles, the senses that distinguish so many different scents, sounds, textures, and colors. Be fully present in your body today and observe what you experience and what your body has to tell you. Care for it and express gratitude to it, for it is through your body's senses that you can experience pleasure. I feel like with this one, Orange Sapphire specifically, is something that'll be a very grounding stone for you guys. And it's funny because it's orange, so it's your sacral chakra. But I feel like for you guys are such a spiritual being living a human experience that I feel like with Orange Sapphire, it's going to kind of help you guys tap into your body more and connect with yourself more as you are going on this path of being. Like, it feels like you guys reside in the clouds, in the higher dimension areas, in the stars. And it's very beautiful, but sometimes it can get a bit disorienting and a bit too high in the clouds, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think Orange Sapphire is here to just kind of help you remember yourself at times. I feel like that's it for you, group number 3. I hope this reading was beneficial for you guys. I feel like it was kind of just reminding you of what you already know and encouraging you to continue with the work that you've already been doing. I want to thank your guides and my guides for being here today. And if you are aligned and if you're interested, you can like or subscribe. I also want to mention that I'm working on a subliminal channel that is linked in the description if you guys are interested in having subliminals of any sort. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day.